Okay, everybody, Rooster here in Tennessee, roostercb.com. This is actually a radio that was purchased off my website. I have a couple more of these in stock, Galaxy 66 V3. I try not to get in the habit of doing a video on every radio that sells, but I haven't sold one of these in a while. Just got them back in and had a customer buy one, and I said, hey, do you want to see a video on it? He said, yeah, sure. So I figured I would run a test video on it for him and show him how it operates. Now these things, if you're familiar with the Mirage 36 HP3, very similar to it. I just don't think the Mirage has a freak counter on it. That's also a real popular radio. These things do a great deal of average power, especially if you turn the carrier up on them. Now the PEP is going to stay about the same, but they do an extremely high amount of average power, which makes them great to drive into just a straight 4-pill. So you'll see some good PEP numbers, but you'll see some crazy average power numbers if you're using one of these or a Mirage 36 or something like that. Just really crazy radios. Your RF power control is right here. We'll show the output, the current draw, and everything else with it wide open and all the way down. I will say one thing about these radios that gets people alarmed sometimes. I actually had somebody exchange a Mirage to me because they felt like the channel selector was going out. Well, initially when you turn these radios on, you will notice, especially if they haven't been used much and this channel selector hasn't been turned much, the segments they won't be missing segments, but they'll flicker a little bit when you turn the channel selector. And all you have to do, guys, is work this channel selector around a little bit and actually use the radio, or let it run for a few minutes. And as you can see, channel selector is working perfectly. The readout is. So don't be alarmed if you get one of these radios. It's just the nature of the radio that sometimes they'll be a little blinky or something when you first turn them on. Like I said, you won't have segments missing, but sometimes they'll look like they're a little faded, or it'll take them a second to actually come on channel or whatever. But as you can see, this thing's working perfect. We can turn it off and turn it back on, and you see it's still, none of the segments are missing or anything like that. So don't be alarmed if you get one of these. Just actually turn the channel selector and let the radio warm up a little bit, and it'll be good to go. That being said, let's test the output of it. Turn this radio off in the background. We don't want to hear ourselves talk. RF power is wide open, so we'll see how much current this guy draws. 14.7 there. Yes, 14.8. It actually is 14.7. Audio. So 6.7 amps out of this guy. Again, RF power is wide open. 100 watt scale here, so that's a 100 watt slug, bottom scale. Radio. We got another radio turned on in the background. Lord of mercy. Audio. So whistling over 30. We've got our echo turned on too. Hello, audio. Hello. It's all, audio on about 35 average. And if we just want to talk into the mic normal, radio check, radio check, radio check, talking about 30 average. So this thing's getting with it. Now what I'll do, that's the dead key all the way up. That's about a 9 to 8 watt dead key. We'll turn it all the way down. Nothing. Now let's see what it swings on average all the way down. Hello, audio. Ooh, audio. So about 12 watts or so average. Let's go to PEP. RF power is all the way down. When I turn the RF power, it actually turned the dimmer knob with it. That's one thing when these radios are brand new. Sometimes the knobs like to turn together. There we go. So RF power is all the way down. We're on PEP. Audio, check, check, 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 audio. Radio check, radio check, radio check. About 55 watts PEP. And now we're going to turn it wide open. Radio check, radio check, radio check, audio, check, 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 audio. Almost 60 watts PEP. So you gain a little bit. Not hardly 60, about 58, 59, something like that. So you go from about 55 watts PEP to about 58 or 59. But the real difference is the average power. You go from seeing 12 watts average all the way down to all the way up seeing, 35 to 40 watts average. So these things are beast. Everybody that's got one of these or the Mirage 36s, they absolutely love them because of the way they drive. They drive amps extremely well. So AM only, no, not designed for the sideband operator, but they are extremely well-performing AM radios. These guys are absolute monsters. Galaxy 66 V3, I hope the customer enjoys this one. Should make him a fine radio for a long time. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. Catch you guys out there. See you, bye.